Hi, welcome to Father, Son, and Skillet. I'm Owen, this is my father Alden, and this is a non-stick skillet.
And this is not really. We've heard a lot of talk about a well-seasoned cast iron being a non-stick surface, but there are differences, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
So, sounds like we're busting some myths today.
Well, I guess we are. Starting with myth number one, that a well-seasoned cast iron pan is a non-stick skillet. It's wrong, mostly. While it's true, a well-seasoned cast iron pan can be slicker than a bucket of boiled okra inside, sometimes things stick in it. And the part of the non-stick myth that I want to bust today is that it is not Teflon. Teflon is delicate, it's easy to scratch, it's easy to damage, you need to use special utensils in it, and cast iron is none of those, and you need to stop treating cast iron like it is Teflon and remember that they're different surfaces.
Another myth out there, never scrub your cast iron skillet. Well, we know that one's false. We just said that things do sometimes stick a little bit. And so, you might need to use a cast iron scrubby, steel wool like this, something like this, and put in a little effort, because if something's stuck, it's not going to come out without a little bit of effort.
Well, the same goes for using soap. Now, we don't use soap when we clean up a cast iron, but we've seen a lot of people who do, and it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of difference to the finish of the pan.
Well, I'd call that one a maybe.
Yeah.
The whole point is you don't want to get rid of all the oils in the pan that make up the seasoning. And that is what soap will do if you're not careful.
So, on to the next myth. Cast iron is great because it heats evenly.
Wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Cast iron doesn't have great heat conductivity, which is what would allow it to heat evenly. What it does, it'll get bad hot spots. If you're not careful, that'll cause it to crack. That griddle you saw us do pancakes on, it's got a crack in it. It's going to break eventually. So, when the pan's warming up, it's going to be uneven. What makes cast iron good is that it has great heat capacity and emissivity.
Thank you, Professor. What he meant is that it holds a lot of heat and it can transmit more of that heat into the food than any other metal. That makes it really great. Say if you want to sear a steak, cast iron is the surface that you want to do it on.
Don't use metal utensils.
Good luck turning a pancake. That's like I said at the beginning, this is not Teflon and you don't need to treat it like it is. So what I say is if you can use a tool in a stainless steel pan, you can use it in your cast iron pan and it wouldn't cause you any problems.
But you may say, what if I'm knocking black flecks off into my food? Well, then there's something wrong with the pan. The cure, the seasoning on a cast iron pan, is a very thin layer of polymerized hydrocarbons. Yes, thank you, Professor.
Yeah. I was going to say.
I.e., it's not much. It's the residual oil that's transformed slightly from the heat and bonded with the metal of the pan. If you've got something thick enough to knock off flecks, that's not the seasoning, that's just dirt.
Right. And it's something a little scrubbing should help prevent.
Exactly.
Okay, next myth. Don't cook acidic foods in your cast iron pan.
Now, I'm assuming that's because cast iron is a reactive metal and will give you funny tastes.
That's part of it, but the myth is only partially true. Now, I wouldn't recommend stewing tomatoes. Carrots turn funny colors if they're stewed for a long time in a cast iron pan. But if you've seared a steak and you want to make a little sauce, a beurre blanc or something, go ahead, do the lemon juice, do the vinegar, whisk it up, and add a whole bunch of butter to it. It won't hurt the pan, it won't make it taste funny. It's a matter of how long the acid cooks in the cast iron pan.
All right, final myth. Don't run your cast iron pan through the dishwasher.
Some myths should just not be tested.
Well, thanks for watching Father, Son, and Skillet.
And remember, if you like this video, click like down below, leave a comment, pick nits with us if you need to, And remember to subscribe and to ring that bell. I meant the bell down below, the little icon that tells you when to notify and all of those things, but you know.
It's such a fun bell.
Yeah, it is. We'll see you next time on Father, Son, and Skillet.